What's up, everybody? I'm Sean, and I know comics.
I'm Spencer, and I know crypto.
And this is Comics and Crypto, your source for everything collectible. Really excited for today's episode. We are currently running a charity auction for the First Responders Children's Foundation. Very excited to go over all the collectibles that we're going to be selling from our personal collection. A portion of all the proceeds are going to go towards the First Responders Children's Foundation. But first, we have some announcements. And of course, we want to talk about our sponsor, Fanable. Fanable is a company that will allow you to trade physical collectibles in the digital age. We will have more information about what they're developing in the coming weeks, including their official launch of their website. But until then, definitely sign up for their newsletter for up-to-date information and also automatically be entered into their giveaways, their monthly giveaways. The last giveaway that they did was a Batman 423 CGC 9.6 comic signed by Todd McFarlane. They're going to be doing these monthly. So make sure to sign up to be automatically entered and also just get updated on the cool things that they're developing. Really excited for this company. Really, really excited for this company. Also, sign up for our newsletter.
We've been running this newsletter since the beginning of the year. It comes out every other week on Thursdays. So the next one will be coming out Thursday, July 18th. So basically, all you have to do is sign up right here on our website. What you get in our newsletter is really awesome blogs with exciting content from both ourselves and from guest writers in the community, tracking past sales, talking about upcoming auctions. We have giveaways in pretty much all of our issues. So it's a really awesome newsletter, really, really great information. So make sure you sign up, just to be able to stay up to date with everything going on in the collectibles market.
And also, we're running a giveaway right now. If you go on our Twitter account or you follow the link down below in the details, we're giving away this X-Men 97 variant, X-Men 97 #1. Very cool comic. This is the secret rare on VeVe, which has a floor, I think, around like $800 right now. I haven't checked recently, so don't quote me on the numbers, but it's sold for as high as $1,000. This is a very cool cover, really exciting series. I'm not sure if you guys had a chance to see it yet, but if you haven't, definitely check it out. This comic is awesome.
This is the physical version that you're getting in this giveaway.
You'll get a physical version, so just follow the link and enter by liking and retweeting this tweet and following Fanable and Comics and Crypto. That's it, and you're in. And this comic will be shipped worldwide, so make sure to get involved. Everyone can enter. Also today, Incredible Hulk 181 dropped and sold out within the first hour. Amazing.
It's huge.
10,000 comics. They generated $192,500 in total sales today just on this one drop. It's like the good old days, Spencer.
To be honest, I'm shocked that it didn't sell out right away. I mean, obviously it's amazing that it sold out in an hour, but I kind of figured that it was going to be a almost instant sellout.
I'm not really surprised, to be honest. I mean, you look at like FF48. It kind of had the same number, same editions, and that's still only sold about half, even to this point. So this is a more widely known comic. It's supporting a first appearance of a character that everyone knows and loves. It's interesting the whole debate between Hulk 180 and 181. Which one's actually Wolverine's true first appearance? We see him at the last page of Hulk 180, but I think collectors, based on popularity, and you just look at the value of this comic, I think the collectors have chosen as Hulk 181 as the first appearance comic of Wolverine. Hulk 180 is still significant, don't get me wrong. It's a great comic, but this one, man, it stands out above the rest. And it's considered one of the greatest covers in Marvel history. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at that. It's just Wolverine and Hulk going at it right on the cover. Congratulations to VeVe and to everyone today. You can see everybody talk about the comics that they got. And some people one guy, he bought 6 comics and got 2 secret rares. It's
good luck. Wow.
How about 10? I went ham. I tried to get that 1974 mint. We had a bounty on that one, and we set it for 2,000, and then prop countered at 2,500, and then we recountered at 3,000. So we haven't heard anything yet. I'm wondering if the person who got it knows what they have. Yeah, whoever lands this comic, definitely let us know if you're interested in selling, because the floor is now $3,000 for this mint number for a common or uncommon. If you want to hold on to it, amazing. You can't go wrong, dude. And of course, today we're announcing that we are starting a charity auction for the First Responders Children's Foundation. The auction is currently underway, and it's going to run today until July 18th, next week, 1 week from today. We have a series of comics and collectibles on the app, including this CGC 9.6 of the first ever VeVe Marvel comic signed by artists and David Yu. And it has the first ever VeVe CGC label, and it's part of the first batch of VeVe CGC comics that were ever made. So this is a very cool collectible, and I'm really excited to sell this to a lucky winner and also give a portion of the proceeds to the First Responders Children's Foundation. But first, let's talk about the First Responders Children's Foundation. So this foundation was created to help the children of the parents that were lost in 9/11. They do so many different programs, including scholarships and help with natural disasters, community engagement, financial hardship. They've given out scholarships to 415 children, totaling $1.14 million. That's incredible work. This is really cool. The Toy Express, every year they do a charity donation for children. Since 2020, they've accumulated almost 740,000 toys distributed to 700 different cities for children during the holidays. Another amazing thing that they do for the people who serve this country. There's the man himself, Alfred Kahn, the founder of the First Responders Children's Foundation. He's been on our podcast before, and everyone knows him as the man who brought Pokemon into the United States. Yes. And Yu-Gi-Oh, and he's just done so many amazing things for pop culture and just for people, including this foundation. The work that they do is so impressive, and they help out so many families. Over 22 years, they've helped 1.2 million children. They've distributed $3.8 million worth of scholarships to 1,300 children. They've given over $11 million in assistant grants. They've given over 1,100 hours of mental health counseling. They've also given out 740,000 toys to 460 participating agencies, about 700 cities. So that's just amazing work. And also their partnerships. Look at all the people they work with. Mattel, Rite Aid, Universal, Crayola, Amazon, and there's Jazzwares. Big shout to Jamie Padower. That's awesome. So yeah, very excited for the things that they're doing and they continue to do. So again, we just want to support them any way we can. So we'll dive into the collectibles. So the majority of items that we have up for auction, which you can follow the link down below in the details if you'd like to participate and get involved. But we have quite a few comics, including the VeVe original comic and a couple collectibles that we'll go through right now. So the first one is this A-Force #1 CGC 9.8 comic. This is essentially the first appearance of the female Avengers and also the first appearance of Singularity. This comic's also on VeVe. So if you're a fan of this comic and you want to match your digital, here's your opportunity to do it for a good cause.
And get it in a 9.8.
Get it at a 9.8. Next up, we have Department of Truth #9. This is a really cool comic series that was created by James Tynion. Really big fan of this series. It kind of feels like the Twilight Zone. This comic is really cool because it's a Banksy variant. So cool. So this comic is signed by James Tynion and also Martin Simmons, who did the artwork. Next up, we have God Country #1. This is signed by Donnie Cates, the creator, and Jeff Shaw, the artist. This is a really cool series about an older gentleman who suffers from dementia, and he gets basically this sword, and he regains his health, and then he has to fight these super superior beings, and it's a very cool story, and it's apparently going to be turned into a feature film. Next, we have House of Slaughter #1, and this is signed by James Tynion and Del Daria, the artist, a spin-off series of Something is Killing the Children, a comic series that we've talked about a lot in the podcast. There was supposed to be a series coming to Netflix for it, although I don't know what's going to happen with that. This has been talking about for 4 years now. I don't know if it's ever going to happen at this point. It will eventually. The comic series is too popular. Spin-off series has done incredibly well. House of Slaughter #1 sold over 400,000 comics. It's crazy how popular this comic is. And this is a 1/100, and it's signed by Tynion and Del Daria, the artist. So very cool cover, very cool comic.
The gold signature just pops so much too.
Yeah, it really does. And we're back at it again with House of Slaughter #1. Very cool comic. This is a 500-to-1 issue. So basically, for every 500 cover A, there's one created of this comic. So I think there are about roughly, let's see if my math's right, I think 800 or so. Is that right? All right, I did the math. Boom! It's a slow day. It's my birthday today, so I'm kind of slow today. Sorry, guys. But yeah, this comic is triple signed by Mike Del Mundo and James Tynion and Del Daria again. And we actually had these personally signed at New York Comic Con last year. Mm-hmm. So this is a very rare variant, very cool comic. This is one of my favorite covers, actually, of the House of Slaughter series. And just something that's killing the children in general. It's one of my favorite covers by far. And it's triple signed by the artists and creators. Next up, we have some Secret Wars books. We'll have some 2015 and also 1984 books. Secret Wars is basically a series that completely changed Marvel comic storytelling forever. It all began with the idea to bring all the Marvel Universe's heroes and villains together to face a common threat. And this is the 2015 version, which was created by Jonathan Hickman. And I think that the films that are going to be created in the MCU are going to follow more on this storyline. than the earlier version. This is a cover by Alex Ross. Really fun comic. And also, on top of that, we have a signed version, a CBCS 9.8, signed by Jonathan Hickman, the creator of Secret Wars #1 in 2015. So another very cool comic, and excited to get this in the hands of a lucky collector. And this brings us back to the 1984 comic. This is also on auction right now. This is a 9.6 newsstand variant. And for anybody who doesn't know what newsstand variants are, in the bottom left corner, you'll see that there's a barcode. And these barcodes were only accessible for comics that were sold in newsstands. If they were sold in the stores, like the comic shops, they had basically a character there, which you'll see in a second. But this is a more rare variant of the comic. Having comics on newsstands, they were torn to pieces. People would read them and they'd be tossed around. So finding them in high grades, you could find them out there, but they definitely sell for a premium. And here's the 9.8 version of what we just mentioned. This is a 9.8 that was sold in the comic stores, because you see in the bottom left corner, you'll see a Spider-Man instead of a barcode. Next up, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures #3. This is a Canadian price variant, also a rare variant that's sold for a premium. Canadian price variants for comics are typically sold for a premium. I don't really know why, to be honest, but people put more value on the Canadian price variants, which is really interesting.
It's just another way to differentiate.
Yeah, but people definitely put premiums on them, and this is a very cool comic. I love the cover. The turtles are so fun, man. I'm a huge fan of the turtles, so very excited to get this one out there. Next up, we're back at James Tynion. Nice House on the Lake #1. This is another comic series that he created during the pandemic. Basically a story about a group of friends that visit a house, another mutual friend, but not everything is what it seems. It's a very cool story, very Twilight Zone-esque again. The cover is created by John Jang, who is a Bay Area local, very cool artist, amazing artist. We had a chance to meet him at a couple Comic Cons. This comic is triple signed by Alvaro Bueno, John Jang, and also James Tynion. So very cool comic and triple signed. This is a cool variant. Very excited to get this in the hands of a local collector as well. And then next up, we have this Gem Mint 10 promo Funko card of Captain America. What's really cool about this card is that it was given out during Comic-Con last year with the original first Funko boxes. And what's really special about these promo cards is that they're limited to only 1,000. You'll see on the back, this is number 435 of 1,000. Only 1,000 of these were ever produced. And this is a Gem Mint 10. Now, keep in mind, Gem Mint 10 for CGC is not the highest grade. Pristine 10 is the highest grade. However, if you look at the barcode on the back of it and you scan this barcode right here, you can see how many editions are actually graded, and there are no currently any pristine 10s of this card. This is a very cool card. We have a couple in our collection, and we're excited to get this one out there. And next up, we have a bundle pack of McFarlane's toys, including Black Adam, My Hero Academia, Avatar, Batman, Catwoman, Spawn, and the Mirrorverse, Sully from Monsters, Inc. All of these collectibles are sealed, and they're all going to be shipped via USPS as one bundle. Anybody who's a big fan of these characters and collectibles, you're going to get all of them with one bid. And last but not least, The Superior Spider-Man Returns #1. This comic is a 9.6 grade. This is the first ever VeVe Marvel comic, and it's signed by Delgado, Slott, Stegman, and David Yu on the back. So you see down here at the bottom, it's signed by David Yu by VeVe. It's really cool. We actually had David sign this personally at New York Comic Con, and this is part of the first batch of VeVe slabs that were ever created. So we're very excited to get this one out there. It's already a couple bids at 150.
Right. Really solid.
It's impressive. Yeah, really excited to get this one out there to a lucky collector and fan of VeVe Comics. So there you have it. Those are the comics that we posted for the charity auction. And again, a portion of all the proceeds are going to go towards the First Responders Children's Foundation and continue to help all the amazing work that they do. So make sure to get involved by clicking the link down below in the details. This auction is running July 11th until July 18th, and we're actually going to host a live stream on July 18th just to see the result of all these comics. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. Really excited for this charity auction, and make sure again to follow the link down in the details below to bid now until the 18th during our live stream. Thanks so much for joining, everybody, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.